So hi everybody, it's nice to see you there. My name is Sabine and I'm a registered nutritionist and a certified yoga therapist. And what I've been trained in yoga is Kundalini yoga. And it's one of the most powerful forms of yoga because it's just like everything we do in Kundalini yoga gets us out of the fight and flight response and into relax and digest mode, and that's so important in our modern day society. So an essential part of the yoga practice is pranayama, which is breathing techniques and all the effects on our body and mind. Now, breathing is a beautiful and powerful gift from nature to us, and it comes actually completely free. So, and we should really use it more often and properly, because what happens in our modern day life is that we forget how to breathe properly. When we are stressed and anxious and tense, we restrict our breathing. So instead of breathing from the pelvis up to here, we actually breathe from about here. So, and this is not really good for our health, and it doesn't help with our sleep, because what breathing does, it oxygenates all the cells. So it brings oxygen into the cells, it also brings nutrients into the cells, and it transports waste products out of the cells. So, and when we restrict our breathing, you can imagine what happens to our oxygen supply, our nutrient supply, and our waste disposal. So that's not good news. And this workshop is all about relaxed breathing for a better night's sleep. So we want to improve our natural breathing because that's the key issue actually, is that we breathe the wrong way around. So, and I would like to invite you to bring your awareness to your breath now, because that's critical. You know, I always say awareness is the first step towards change. So let's focus on our breathing, but first we want to prepare ourselves. So I would like to invite you to find a comfortable seat and place to sit on. And then imagine that there's a string coming out of your head and that somebody is pulling you upwards towards the ceiling. So sitting as tall and straight as possible. And then bring your shoulders down. You can roll your shoulders a few times if you want to, and make sure they're relaxed and not here somewhere. And also make sure that your hips are balanced, that they're not tilting to the left or to the right too much. And then just put your hands in your lap and close your eyes and focus at the brow point, which is here between the eyes. And that's our third eye, our intuition center, but also the point of our master gland, the pituitary gland, that is very important in our body, and it controls several other glands. So close your eyes and make sure you sit comfortably, spine tall and straight, and then just bring your attention to your breath. Notice how you breathe without any judgment. Do you breathe through your nose or through your mouth? Do you breathe up in the chest or down in your belly? And how is your breath? Is it short or is it long and deep? So ask yourself all these questions, just focusing on your breathing. And then also notice how you feel. Do you feel anxious and stressed? Are you already thinking about your to-do list after this workshop? Or are you present? Are you right here in the now? I'll give you a few moments, just notice all these things. And then I invite you to notice what happens to your belly when you breathe in. Does the belly expand when you breathe in? Or does it contract? And now I invite you to consciously expand your belly as you breathe in and contract it as you breathe out. And to make it easier for you to feel this, you can put your hands on your tummy. As you breathe in, expand your belly outwards. And as you breathe out, you contract it and you pull the muscles towards the spine. Carry on like this. And if you're lying down, you can feel your tummy maybe moving up and down, up on the inhale and down on the exhale. If you're doing this in bed, for example. So carry on expanding the belly as you breathe in and contracting the belly as you breathe out. Don't change the length of your breath. And just focus on expanding and contracting your belly. Yeah. Do this for a minute or so. Just focus on your breathing. Breathe in, expand your belly. Breathe out, contract the belly. Keep your eyes closed and focus on your breathing. The chest is not moving at all. Everything happens from your belly. Keep breathing in, expanding the belly, and breathe out, contracting the belly. Keep going for a few seconds longer. And then gently open your eyes and notice how you feel now. Are you feeling calmer? It's just very important to notice. And Kundalini Yoga is also the yoga of awareness. So we always ask these questions after some breathing, some meditation, some exercises. How do you feel afterwards? So because of the stress of modern day life, what we tend to do is we breathe the wrong way around, right? So as we inhale, we squeeze the tummy in, and as we exhale, we relax the belly, and it should be the other way around. So every time you feel stressed, just focus on your breathing and make sure that when you notice that you're breathing the wrong way around, you change it to expanding the belly on your inhale and contracting it on the exhale. So this is the first thing that we can practice for a better night's sleep, right? Because this type of simple natural breathing can oxygenate the whole body, bring vital nutrients and also melatonin to all the cells in the body and make us more relaxed and less tense, because we're no longer in survival mode when we do this type of breathing. Okay, so you can practice this, and if you watch the recording, then you can stop the recording now and just go away and just practice. But I'm going to continue with some more breathing techniques that can help you for a better night's sleep. So now that we have more control over the way we breathe, we can expand on this and add a few things to that to improve our sleep. And one of the things we can do is to make our breathing deeper and longer. Okay, so I invite you again to place your hands on your belly, and as you expand your belly, take a bit longer now, expanding it, pushing the belly gently into the palms of your hands, still moving out. And then as you exhale, exhale completely, really pulling all the muscles towards the back of the spine, squeezing all the air out of the lungs as we do this, making our tummy as flat as possible. And then again, inhale deeply, expanding the belly out, pushing it against your palms, blowing it up like a big balloon. And then exhaling completely, making your tummy as flat as possible. So keep to this rhythm. The breathing should be smooth. There are no exaggerated movements, and there's no chest movement. So really inhaling deeply, blowing up your belly like a big balloon, and exhaling completely, making your tummy as flat as possible. And I would like to practice this with a little bit of music. So I'm going to start some music, and I'm also going to tell you when to start inhaling. Hands on your tummy. Practice it with some music, or you can practice this without, it doesn't matter. And you may have noticed that I did some inhales shorter and exhales and some longer. So it depends on really your breathing capacity, whether to do it longer or shorter. And then you can also practice making your deep breathing longer, gradually longer, as you practice this. So when you do this long, deep breathing, your breathing slows down, as you've noticed probably. You bring more oxygen and nutrients to the cells, and you can transport your waste better out of the cells. It reduces muscle tension and it relaxes you, and that's so important for a good night's sleep. So, and always bring the focus back to your breath. We tend to be a lot in our mind, and also when we do this breathing practice, you may have noticed that your mind can get in the way, that you may get some thoughts about your to-do list or whatever, or your family. There's always thoughts in our mind, but we can still our mind. We can just imagine that we're in a train station and our thoughts are just like carriages passing through. I love that analogy. It helps me so much. So we all have these thoughts, we all have problems filling our mind, but this is one way to just use the breath as an anchor and just imagine your thoughts like train carriages passing through. So now that we know how to breathe long and deep, we can add to this again in various ways, because we can also make our exhale longer than our inhale. And that's really, I found out about this technique when I was like very anxious after losing my husband. It's natural to feel that anxious when your world has been turned completely upside down and the rug pulled from under your feet. So, and then I came across a video where somebody said, exhale longer than, make the exhale longer than your inhale. And it's phenomenal, because what it does is actually tells the body that we are not in fight and flight mode, because when we run away from the saber-toothed tiger or from any danger, our inhale is longer than the exhale. So we're tricking the body into thinking we're not stressed, we're not anxious, we're calm, okay, by making our exhale longer than our inhale. So we can simply do this by extending the exhale, make it twice as long as our inhale, or we can help by counting to 4 on the inhale and counting to 8 on the exhale. So let's try this again with some music. I hope I can guide you through the music well and count you in properly. So get ready by sitting again as straight as possible, tall, shoulders relaxed, hands on your tummy, and eyes closed and focusing at the brow point. And let's try this longer exhale with some music. So eyes closed. And try to count to 4 with the music and to 8 on the exhale. So 4 on the inhale, 8 on the exhale. Okay, right. Sorry, I missed a bit. pushing it out, strengthening your tummy muscles, across the spine on the exhale. See how you feel. You may not feel that relaxed because you may still need to practice this a little bit longer. You know, it's not easy. Going from a different way of breathing to expanding it to, and then counting to 4 and then exhaling on 8 counts. It just takes practice. And this music is really nice because it gives you like a beat where you can start counting and inhaling and beat again for the exhale. So what the other thing that's easier without counting is a way to make the exhale longer is just to use an affirmation. So on the inhale you can say, I'm not my body, and on the exhale, and I'm not my mind either, just slower. I'm not my body on the inhale, and I'm not my mind either on the exhale. And you can feel that the last bit is longer and taking longer with the exhale. So yeah, can you imagine lying in bed and not being able to sleep and just doing this sort of self-hypnosis by saying, I'm not my body, and I'm not my mind either. I'm not my body, and I'm not my mind either. And again, on the inhale, we're expanding the belly out. On the exhale, we're contracting the belly in, right? And then I would like to share another way, a fun way of expanding our exhale, extending it, is the humming breath. And it's a very calming breath. So also a very ancient breathing technique. You may have heard of it before. Okay, so what we do with the humming breath is we put the left hand on the heart. Excuse me, I am going to do it the other way around because it's easier. And the other hand on our tummy. And we're going to, no, we're not going to do this, sorry. We're just going to close off the ear canal. So you can do it one way, where you can put your index finger against the ear like this. So not in the ear, but against the ear canal here, and close it off on both sides. You can put your fingers in your ears, but I wouldn't recommend it. And you can also intensify the sound by covering your ears with both hands. Okay, so there's 2 ways I would recommend. One, closing off the ear canal, or this, if you can, you know, stand the intensity of the sound. So try it. So again, we're sitting as tall as possible. We don't want any obstruction by hunching forward. Okay, so find a comfortable seated position, close off the ear canal with your index finger, and then take a full breath in by expanding the belly out, softly expanding, lips closed, and then we make this beautiful humming sound. Close your eyes. Can you see that the exhale is really long? That this humming sound is all on the exhale. So deep breath in, expanding your belly, and then humming, and try to keep the sound even, okay? Do it with me now. You don't have to do it that long. If you run out of breath before, you can make it the exhale shorter, of course. Okay, let's do several rounds of this humming breath together. So again, at your own pace or with me, it's up to you. So deep breath in again, closing off the ear canal, lips closed, and hum. And then let's try one where we cover our ears, just to feel the difference, okay? Or several. Let's do several. And keep your eyes closed and just put your hands in your lap and feel the sound vibrations in your body and how you feel now after this humming breath. Do you feel calmer now, or has it not made any difference? Just the sound vibration is just calming to our nervous system, and it instantly de-stresses our body and mind. So there's another ancient breathing technique that can help us get out of this stress response and self-regulate our body and let go of all the worries of the day, and that's alternate nostril breathing. So it's a bit of an advanced technique, so don't feel discouraged if you are struggling with it. It can be a little bit confusing at first, but I'm going to try to explain it as simple as possible. So we are again sitting as tall as possible, making sure there's no obstruction by bending forward, leaning sideways, bringing the shoulders down, and then we're closing off the right nostril, so the other hand is in the lap, closing off the right nostril with our right hand with the thumb. Okay, and we start breathing in through the left nostril, expanding the belly out. And then we're going to use the right index finger to close the left nostril, and we're going to breathe out through the right nostril, pulling the tummy muscles towards the back of the spine. And then breathe in through the right, change, close off the right nostril with the thumb, breathe out through the left nostril, breathe in through the left, close off the left, breathe out through the right, breathe in through the right, close off the right nostril, breathe out through the left, inhale through the left, close off the left nostril, breathe out through the right. Breathe in through the right, close off the right nostril, breathe out through the left. Keep going, breathing in through the left, closing off the nostril and breathing out through the other nostril. Inhale through that nostril, closing off that nostril, breathing out through the other. Inhale again through that nostril, closing off that nostril, breathing out through the other. Breathing in, swap fingers, breathe out, breathe 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 in, close nostril and breathe out through the left, and then let go of the hand and relax your hand in your lap. So what this breathing technique does, it balances both sides of the body. The left nostril is our calming and cooling, brings calming and cooling energy into the body. So that's what we need when we sleep. The right nostril brings warming and energizing. It's energizing. So you can see that that we need the balance between energy and calmness. Also, like energy blockages can make us sleep more poorly. So by using the right nostril and energizing the body, we can also remove energy blockages that can cause poor sleep. So this is very relaxing and calming to the nervous system. And also, as you've noticed probably, it focuses our mind on the breath, because we really need to focus on when to swap fingers. So again, it's like inhaling, the beginning is inhale and then swap fingers, and then it's always exhale, inhale through one nostril, swapping the fingers, and exhale, inhale through the other, swapping fingers. So it sounds more complicated than it is. Okay, and we can also, if we have problems with keeping our mind still, which I don't think, we can add the mantra to this. So on the inhale, we can say Sat, and on the exhale, we can say Nam. But that's for more advanced people. Okay, so the best way to do this is sitting on the bed, at the edge of the bed, feet on the floor, or on a cushion on the ground if you are that flexible, and then just do it for 3 to 5 minutes. It doesn't take long to calm your nervous system with this breathing technique. And of course you need to be able to use both nostrils. So if one nostril is blocked, it's going to make it very difficult for you to do this technique. So I would recommend inhaling and making sure that you remove any blockages in your nostrils. With inhaling with a bowl of hot water, a towel over your head, and just make sure that any mucus or anything else that obstructs your breathing in your nostrils is removed. Okay, and then we can also simply only do left nostril breathing, and that's a very good technique when we are lying in bed, when we've woken up and we can't go back to sleep, right? Because we're not wanting to sit up and do alternate nostril breathing when we're already, lying in bed. But what we can do is we can lie on our right side, and that can automatically actually open the left nostril. And then we can, lying on the right side, we can block the right nostril if we want. And then just make sure we breathe in and out through the left nostril. So let's try this, just like this. Pretend you're lying in bed and you want to, go back to sleep, and just breathe in and out through the left nostril. Close your eyes, sit as straight as comfortable. Expanding the belly on the inhale again. And exhale, pulling the tummy muscles towards the back of the spine. So imagine you're lying in bed and you're doing this. Inhaling, expanding the belly. Exhaling, contracting the belly. And just using your left nostril to breathe in and out. It's like ebb and flow, actually. If you observe your breath like this, it feels like, the water going out into the sea and then coming back to the shore. In and out. The belly expands on the inhale and contracts on the out breath. And if you have any trouble with your thoughts and they can't focus on your breathing, just imagine being in a train station and your thoughts are just train carriages passing through the night. Just let them go as they come. Let's relax the hand down again after 3 minutes or so. And just feel, notice how you feel right now. Me personally, I feel much more relaxed and calmer. And then a very simple thing that we can add to all these breathing techniques is a mudra. And mudra is a hand position, and one that can help us sleep better is touching the little and the ring finger to the thumb and having the other fingers pointed and just having them in the lap. For example, when we do just simple natural breathing or long deep breathing, we can keep the other hand on the tummy and just keep this mudra. Keep that hand on our knee when we are sitting. So mudras is best to add when you're sitting and not when you're lying in bed. Okay, a mudra is a hand position, guides the energy flow again through the body. So, and as I mentioned before, energy blockages can prevent us from sleeping well. So, and to finish this whole workshop, I would like to do breathing meditation with you, which uses a bit of a different breathing technique again. It's called the 4-1 segmented breathing. So you can do this before bed, again, sitting on the edge of your bed. And what we do is we inhale in 4 steps with a sniff. So we inhale in 4 sniffs, and I'm going to demonstrate. So expanding the belly on every sniff. And then we have a 1 long exhale, pulling the tummy muscles towards the back of the spine. So it's and the exhale should be as long as it takes you to do the 4 sniffs. Now the 4 sniffs may sound a little bit like, difficult, but actually if you imagine a rose in front of your nose, we make the same sniffing, like inhale when we are sniffing at the rose. So we may not, get the scent in the first sniff, so we may use several sniffs. So it's the same sniff that we use in the segmented breathing. So the other thing we're going to add to this segmented breathing is a mantra. So with the 4 sniffs, we are mentally vibrating and chanting Sat. So it's Sat, 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 Nam. Sat, 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 Nam. Sat, 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 Nam. And the reason why we are mentally chanting this is, as you could already guess, we can't do it loud, the mantra, and do the sniffing at the same time. So while we are doing the sniffing, we are mentally chanting Sat, 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 and on the exhale, Nam. So try to do this with me. I'm trying to guide you through this. So sit as tall as possible again. You can use this mudra now if you want, because this meditation should be done sitting before bed, on the edge of the bed or on a cushion or on a chair, whatever. You can also use Gyan mudra, which is another de-stressing mudra, so you can decide which one you want to do. Gyan mudra is just the thumb and the index finger touching. So, and that can be done with both hands, the mudras. And then we are going to start inhaling in 4 sniffs and exhaling with 1 big exhale. And now when you do the sniffs, imagine that you're saying sat, 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 nam in your head. Sat, 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 nam. You continue doing the sniffing while I chant. Sat, 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 nam. Sat, 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 nam. We're going to make the inhale now longer. Sat, 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 nam. Don't forget, we're expanding the belly on the sniffs and contracting the belly on the exhale with the nam. Focus at the brow point, which is here between the eyebrows. Expanding the belly on the sniffs, contracting the belly on the exhale. Continue for a few more minutes. Adding the mantra sat, 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 nam, if you like. Sat, 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 nam. Sat, 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 nam. And continue for a few seconds longer. And then do one more. And then inhale and hold your breath for a few seconds. And exhale, and just sit there with the hands maybe still in Gya Mudra, thumb and index finger touching, or in the other mudra. And just feel or notice how you feel, or feel any changes in your body and your mind, and how calm you are now that you've done this breathing meditation, completely focusing on the breath and or on the mantra, forgetting all your worries, calming yourself down for a good night's sleep. And gently open your eyes and come back to the present. So, and I want to finish this workshop with one last tip, because sometimes it's anxiety, like when we wake up in the middle of the night and we can't go back to sleep, we worry, we watch the time, pass by, and it's this anxiety, this tension, and the stress that we're putting on ourselves. I need to go back to sleep because otherwise I will be tired, in the morning. That can just prevent us from sleeping. So the best thing you can do when you find yourself in a situation like that is just completely relax and just observe yourself lying there with all your anxieties. Observe all that's going on there in your mind, and just try to relax. And then you will find yourself drifting off to sleep again. You just need to relax about your inability to sleep, and you will sleep again. Just so simple sometimes. And another thing that can help us is actually trying to stay awake. It's yeah. So just a few last tips. So I hope you will find these breathing techniques helpful when you are struggling with sleep issues. I would just recommend starting with simple natural breathing, getting yourself into this natural breathing pattern of expanding your belly out on the inhale and contracting your belly inwards on the exhale. If you haven't done any kind of breathing workshops or classes before, and then build it from there gradually, like try another breathing technique. And then sometimes we may need to try several of these techniques to help us fall asleep again. So it may not be the first one we try, may not be the right one for whatever we are struggling with, why we are struggling with sleep on that particular night. So another tip. So these breathing techniques, they encourage deep breathing, and that encourages our body to just relax. It calms our nervous system. It balances all our hormones, including our stress hormones. It releases tension, and it just gives us the peace that we need for a good night's sleep. So if you have any questions after this workshop, or you would like to find out more about how we from Community Healthworks can help you with your sleep issues, then we're going to post this recording on our YouTube channel, and you can find links on how to contact us in the video description. So we from Community Healthworks, we would love to hear from you. you haven't been in touch yet. And especially one of these techniques actually helps you find a better night's sleep, right? So in the meantime, sleep well and sweet dreams.